Anthem. BioWare's so-called refined cash grab is just as bad as I thought it would be. Only a few words come to mind when thinking about it. What in the holy fuck were you thinking? So much hype brought throughout the years of staring at the game trailers, thinking this would finally be the push aside to the Destiny era and make way to the true king of multiplayer first-person shooters that we so desperately needed after the complete and total fuck-up that was Destiny 2. Boy, we were completely fucking wrong. It's almost as if BioWare took the book of Activision's failed past with Destiny and implemented every single ass-backwards mechanic and wrapped that turd with a finely decorated bow. With your dirty, sticky fingers inside every single punch bowl around the gaming epicenter, no wonder you're still around making god-awful titles such as this. You have the time to fix mistakes. You have the fanbase who would bend over backwards for you for all the past successful titles, even after the abomination that was Mass Effect Andromeda. Oh, God! Let's not go there. At first, Anthem looks like a promising game, with the Frostbite engine working its usual magic as a star player in many of EA's big-name titles. But once you look past the shell of its shiny coating, you get an absolute fucking calamity. A storyline so complex, it's as if it were written by Seth Rogen and Zach Galifianakis getting high in a basement on shrooms, and then shot out this script and hand-delivered it to BioWare's office with a fucking grin on their face. The animation of the characters are some of the worst I've seen in years. Even in the written heat-of-the-moment segments of the game, the dialogue and expression of the main characters are so anticlimactic, it's as if you were watching a new Star Wars movie. Cinema so gut-wrenchingly boring it had you yawning out of the theater. This is no exception. And you know the subtle humor was trying to appeal to a younger audience here, like Owen, fucking with Faye about a serious piece of equipment that could possibly cost a life on the field. Little does he know if shit did go down, he'd have a human death on his hands. This was supposed to be a joke. Way to fucking go, you amazing sidekick. What appalls me the most is BioWare not learning a single lesson from Destiny's book. Sure, Destiny had a compelling storyline, but the gameplay got too fucking repetitive too fucking quick. Bringing things to Destiny again, at least they waited till the end of the game to bore you to tears with repeating questlines and dailies like a good boy should. Anthem does it right out of the gate. If you disagree, next time when you're out on a contract or main mission, tell me if this doesn't ring a bell for you. Fly to the marker that leads you to your destination. Keep flying to markers to your destination. Keep fucking flying to your destination. When you finally reached your destination after flying for what felt like an eternity, kill the same 4 enemy types that you'll see for the rest of the game, then fly to your next destination. Rinse and repeat. Oh, and BioWare, don't give me choices in random conversations as if it means something. I hate to break some knowledge over your back like a chair at wrestling night. This isn't Mass Effect. It's not AI immersion, believe me. Giving a positive and negative option like there's a point is rather pointless. Most of the time you'll be smashing your escape key and holding down 1 just to get through boring dialogue to raise your reputation by 5 points. What's this? You can hit 2 as well? Whatever, it doesn't fucking matter, just give me my reputation, please. How did BioWare think this was entertaining enough to keep you playing for a whole 30 levels? This game is riddled with imperfections. Important pieces of information that is needed throughout the game but will leave you scratching your head so hard that you'll be tunneling to your brain in a matter of minutes. Like, look at this radar system. It's telling me where to go, but there's nothing here. So then I think to myself, maybe I'm just a dumbass and I have no clue what the fuck I'm doing, so maybe I should just go higher and check up there, but there's nothing there either. When a game studio develops an action multiplayer game and makes you spend more time flying than shooting your gun, this is a huge fuck up. Oh, and if you think this enriching storyline will carry you to the endgame, you're sorely mistaken. The average player will finish their long journey through Anthem at level 20. So what does this mean? You'll have the luxury of spending the next 10 levels grinding away at contracts and strongholds doing the same thing over and over again. Repetitive enough for you yet? No? Good, because you'll be doing the same thing in-game as well! That's right, if you were thinking this game was going to be interesting and in-game, you're shit out of luck, Timmy. There's been countless reports of players who've come up with the brilliant idea of switching their mission difficulty to Grandmaster and continue on like normal, only to realize they've had all the best armor and weapons in just under a day's playing time. So to sum it all up, you'll be spending all your time flying, doing the same god-awful missions until you hit level 30, spend no time at all getting the things that you should be spending the majority of your time on in just one sitting. What in the actual fuck, BioWare? It's like you didn't even know how to make a game to begin with. You had an idea in 2013, implemented said idea into a game just to fuck up the most important part of it by handing everything directly to the players. How did it take you 6 years to design this game when most studios could have it pressed and shipped off in 3, then develop enough skill at the golf course to become fucking Tiger Woods with the other 3? One of the biggest gripes I have is with this game being tagged as multiplayer. The only multiplayer I see is on the battlefield where no one's speaking a goddamn word to each other. Back at the fort, there's no one but AI walking around and those you can have long drawn-out conversations with. Launch bay, you say? There's no one there either, so what the fuck does it matter? You literally will have no open contact with anyone unless you're in a group or party, and even then I don't even hear a squeak out of them. I wanted to like Anthem. I so terribly wanted to like it. But when I realized that BioWare put all their eggs in one basket with this one, I packed my shit and fucked off elsewhere. With all the potential over the years, BioWare could have had such a successful empire. Being handed the first MMO Star Wars game to literally make billions off of, they rushed it just like every other title they were blessed with by the gods and told everyone to deal with it. It's such a shame with the rapid decline of Activision. I've foreseen BioWare turning heads away from Destiny and sitting down at the big boy Anthem table. Instead, we were graced with the presence of another microtransaction shop. Cause you know, what else makes game companies say they care about their players with a thought of putting a vacuum up to their wallets and turning the knob to 11? Are we cursed? Forever lost in a period of time where legendary game studios will half-assedly create game featuring some of the most iconic titles in history, only to hold a torch to it before it even develops legs to leap from the nest. I only hope that we'll learn from these mistakes before we let another Fallout 76 taint the rest of the stockpile before handing it off to the village people. Shit, I said the 76 word again, didn't I? If I had one piece of advice for BioWare, it's this. Take the cheat sheet from Square Enix's desk and kick every developer off the face of the earth with a swift Sparta kick. Because at this rate, you're only digging a hole before you had a bone to even put it in there to begin with. Godspeed, you animals.